I just spent 8 days looking through over 10 billion seeds for my perfect forever world. A megacontinent that is almost 7,000 blocks long, that transitions end to end from cold to hot. However, I can't really appreciate it because this is the only image I have ever seen of this seed. And on this world, I'm not using any seed maps or world maps, so if I wanted to see what my world looked like, I would have to explore and map all of it myself. The first map. Guys, that was the coolest thing you've ever seen, I know. It's kind of overwhelming, I can imagine. Bro, I just have to do that 2,331 more times. Minecraft maps only display a 128 by 128 block area. So in order to show the entire megacontinent, I was going to need 2,332 maps. That is 2,332 redstone, 9,328 iron, and almost 20,000 sugarcane. So for every map, lava to light up the maps, then we have a layer of glass, item frame, map itself, map room. Literally, it's been an hour and 15 minutes, and this is what I've done. I've done one map, and it literally goes 26 blocks in every direction. But it will be cool. It will be cool, and I will be able to see my entire island. Now, my initial plan was to build a sugarcane farm and then come up with the rest of the plan. I needed so much sugarcane for this project, it was unreal. So I needed to start the process of acquiring all of it as early as possible. Collecting it. God damn it. I just need to get more iron. Because of how early it was into this world, my biggest challenge was just how dirt poor I truly was. I needed to start collecting sugarcane fast, but that requires a lot of iron to automate. So I had to build the iron farm first, which needed 2 name tags for the zombies. So I had to spend an hour enacting a small squid genocide, cutting down a small forest, and trading all of my hard-earned paper just so I could afford 2 name tags. Hello, dude. Why did he walk off? What is that? Ow. Bro. Then I discovered that the extra sugarcane I placed along the shore was literally more than my automatic one produced in 3 hours. I was anticipating that the first farm would be slow, but this was bad. The only way to increase the rates was to add more sugarcane, more hoppers, observers, pistons, all requiring materials that would take me and my unenchanted pickaxe way too long to get. And I had also now burned through my entire food supply and was living off of potatoes and rotten flesh. So I went and built a hoglin farm instead. Okay, I think I went up there literally for like no longer than 2 minutes or something. Oh, what the fuck? That's so good. I just have a stack of cooked pork. From the center, it takes 26 maps strung end to end to reach the edge of the megacontinent. And after 9 total hours of playtime, yes, the maps that I got is for these, like, columns that I've dug out. But I mean, you can, like, it's like nothing compared to that, you know? All of that is gonna be maps. Just to paint a little bit of a picture, standing in the center of this map, the next map that I have to make, the distance that I have to go 26 times for one direction, 4 times to get to 5% of the total map. I need to walk all the way over there, cross this river, and then scale this hill. The second map. Oh, I'm so hyped to just be able to look at the entire continent again. I've never seen this entire world. The third map. Well, I will take all the sugar cane I can get. I mean, this is literal drops in the ocean of the amount of sugar cane I need, but 6 maps to the gap from the center of the island. I've crossed now a 5th. Oh, dude. That view. So where things get exciting. Oh, my leg's broken. Oh, the terrain's fully changing now. That's so sick. I actually don't know why this kind of stuff is so fun to me. That's why the seed's so good. Oh my gosh, wait. Dude, I want this map so bad because it's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good with the biomes going from cold to warm. A camel? Wait, since when do they spawn in the desert? Wait, I thought they were only in villages. Okay, I'm so out of the loop. That was probably in like an update. I mean, it literally had to have been in an update. I don't know what I'm saying. Wait, actually the last map. I think, yeah, you can literally like barely see it right over there. That's the end of the island. The 26th map. Now I turn around and go back. I cannot express how excited I am to do this. That many maps. That's crazy. It does not ever feel less good to align a map. Bro, like it cannot be recreated by anything. Not by drugs, even. Desert, Badlands, into jungle, acacia, which for whatever reason is not the right color on maps, but it's fine. And then there it is, the gap, the strait, flower forests, the plains, and then the center of the map. I mean, that's ridiculous how far that is. Crazy to think that that's only halfway, bro. There's that much in that direction as well. Okay. Okay, I have a saddle now, so this is gonna be less of a pain in the ass. Okay, running south, voila. This is so exciting. I'm adding the same map over and over again. There's so... Woodland Mansion! Of course, it's at the edge of the final cardinal direction right out here. There's just this Woodland Mansion. Ooh. Yes! Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually got a totem. Wild. There's another one in there. That's why I set my spawn. That's why I set my spawn. Oh my... Bro. It was only now that I actually understood the sheer amount of exploration I would have to do for this project. You squint your eyes, you can begin to see the island. However, I couldn't really worry about exploring when I don't even have the maps to explore with. My current sugarcane farm was so bad that it would take 12 real-life days straight to get all of the sugarcane. While exploring, I actually garnered enough iron to build a proper sugarcane farm, but I also needed iron for the map. More than 10 times what I currently had. Getting the actual materials for the maps was looking less and less feasible. However, there actually was one other way to get the maps. Cartographer villagers sell maps for 7 emeralds each. Fletcher villagers sell emeralds for 8 tripwire hooks each. And tripwire hooks are incredibly easy to do. The only issue with this plan is that villagers are limited to 12 trades a day. I mean, it would take an absurd amount of time or an absurd amount of villagers. So I was going to build a machine that completely breaks villagers, completely breaks their trade limit, which for Minecraft unsurprisingly exists. It just only works in the end dimension, so kind of have to beat the game first. But I mean, it's not like I haven't beaten the game hundreds of times. Thank God I have totems. This is really irresponsible, man. However, it would be sick. Okay. I think I'm going to attempt to do a standard trade route. Ooh. Oh my god. Only one dude. Where's the rest of them? Am I schizophrenic or was there not like 1,000 of them? Oh my god. I didn't even have time. That's so dumb. Oh my gosh. To be fair, I am so surprised I survived even a single day. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Back to back. 4-0. Okay, Arnold. Where? What? Oh, it's because I'm holding shoes. Which way are we going? Okay, literally towards. Woo! Oh my god. Dang. Plus 2,500. Let's go. Let me just find it immediately. Okay, this is only somewhat terrifying. I am him. The muffled. Oh my god, I thought he was aggroed on me. Yeah, I thought it was over already. I would really love to not die. I think that would be sick. Don't you dare walk in my line of sight. My line of sight. My line of sight. Actual pennies. Just nothing. What? Okay, this is gonna take 8 years. Okay, I see how it is. And now you die. Never mind. Please. It was 1 hit. Oh my gosh. With the dragon now defeated, I could finally build the Void Trader, a machine that takes advantage of the end gateway to infinitely trade with villagers. Firstly, however, there was another reason I decided to go to the end. I was 12 hours into this playthrough and was still rocking completely unenchanted tools. And luckily for me, end cities have the best loot in the entire game. Aw, don't you do this to me. Off rip, off the spawn. There is an end ship. Okay, whatever. Yes! it begins. Oh! I haven't mentioned it until now, but this Forever World has one singular rule. One that was going to be incredibly detrimental to this project, as well as literally everything else I do on this world. I am never allowed to use an elytra in the overworld. And Minecraft has so many other fun methods of transportation to offer. They all have benefits and drawbacks, depending on the type of terrain or infrastructure required to build them. But I never get to use any of them because the elytra is the best choice every time. Simply remove it from the equation, and I have to build pathways, horse stables, ice boat tracks, dolphin tunnels, huge minecart systems. However, at this point in time, none of them currently exist. So to map my 40 million block megacontinent, I had 3 different ways that I was planning to get around as fast as possible. And all I had left to do was get some villagers to the end and then force them to sell me 2,000 maps. Why is it across literally the mountain? It's so dumb. Yes. We're making it, dudes. That over there should be the stronghold. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Please, shoot at me, shoot at me, shoot at me, not the villagers. What the? This lead is too strong. Bye-bye. It's quite a slow minecart. I might actually be able to keep up. Oh, he might have got pushed back through. Shit. Okay, I just have to block him. Job block, which will you choose? What?
Brody wants that unemployed lifestyle, dude.
Wait, why does he not?
He's TikTok doom scrolling right now, dude.
Did they remove void trading? No! No!
They removed it.
They
removed it.
Oh, epic funny bit, epic funny bit. You can have the scene in the video where you're like, I spent 2 hours on this void trader for nothing.
And then you go, a classic tazoh video where I fail.
Yeah, I literally wasted 2 hours building a void trader on a version in which void traders no longer work. Why I didn't check before I built the whole machine, had this whole plan constructed, I honestly have no idea. This isn't even the first time something like this has happened. Literally 2 videos ago, I built a raid farm without realizing that they removed that from the game as well. I desperately need to start forming habits of actually checking. But that is, to my knowledge, the only other way you can get maps, other than just getting the raw materials, which means it was back to collecting 20,000 sugarcane. It wasn't all bad. I actually had gear now. I actually had the means to collect and store all of the glass for the map floor. Chop down over a shulker box of logs and use all of the leather I had collected up from the Hoglin farm to craft all of the item frames. That took an entire Minecraft day to place down all the item frames. Oh my god. I had shulker boxes finally, which was actually something that I was going to need to hold all of the maps while doing the main quadrant expeditions. I mean, each of the 4 quadrants was going to require a shulker box of bundles of maps. To be fair, I also did this first because I was procrastinating building the sugarcane farm, okay? I knew how big it had to be. I built a 10-story sugarcane skyscraper with 484 sugarcane nodes. Every single node required an observer, a piston, redstone, and multiple hoppers to route it all to the storage. But this all meant that the machine was producing roughly 2,000 sugarcane per hour. The amount of sugarcane I need is ridiculous, so it's still gonna take like 7 hours total. But that wasn't gonna be spent waiting around, okay? I had burned through most of the iron I had generated, and I had made 0 progress towards the 3rd material I needed for the maps, being redstone. There's not really much to say about redstone. I am so far from being able to build a proper redstone farm, so just had to mine it manually, which was incredibly fun. This is gonna hurt though, because it's like I've gathered all of these materials that would have otherwise been incredibly useful. Like turn all of this iron and redstone into compasses and then turn them into maps. This has to be like an arrestable offense in the Minecraft lore. Is that it? All of them moving. A full shulker box of maps. Oh yeah. There it is. I knew the circle was big, man. I knew it was big when I chose to do this video, but I didn't realize. It was finally time to explore and map the continent for real. And let me just say, bundles are the absolute MVP of this video. Because identical maps are technically stackable, bundles can store up to 64 completely unique maps, allowing me to fit an entire quadrant into one shulker box. The first quadrant I was going to map was the northeast. From what I saw on the ground, it was by far the most mountainous. And luckily, back when I was trading with piglins, I got some happy ghasts. Okay, here's what I do now. I know that you can ride a ghast and they have goggles. I don't know what's gonna happen though. Like, do I need to have a lead? Okay, so far, so good. Now what? Oh, do I have to wait? Is it like growing crops? Oh, particles. I don't know how long this takes. Crying up in conversation. Yo, don't come towards me looking like that. So the ghasts like canonically have gills. It kind of sounds like a Luma. Like from Mario Galaxy. Like what? Bro. It's just a Luma. It's too high. Wait, bro, I can't reach. Wait, how do I get? Where are you going, bro? Bro, stop. Come down. Oh my god. Okay, so this is what I did know. I did know that they were slow. I'm going like 5 blocks a second or so, which is really, really slow. But like in the grand scheme of things, it's like I have to cross mountains, oceans, dense forests, so much varying terrain that like I think in the long run, it's like a turtle wins the race sort of situation. It is slow and consistent above whatever terrain there is. So I think that this is like the most optimal way to do the mapping. Oh my god, that's such a big mesa mountain. How far? Oh, it feels good to have that spyglass. That looks so sick. What is this like 3rd grade drawing? That's actual picturesque. I've never seen Minecraft mountains look like that. That's cool as well. I'm also like finding like cool like areas to build stuff as well doing this. Kind of the entire reason that I decided that I wanted to do this as the first project. Wait. Double map. What is happening? Hello? I just have a gap now. No! How do I miss another one? Wait, what are we doing? Dude, actually, what happened? Did I fall asleep at the wheel? I literally had to. I mean, ignoring that, this is looking exactly like I was envisioning. I'm so excited to see the whole thing filled in. I mean, like, this is like not, this is half of one of the quadrants. And it's looking perfect. That actually looks sick, dude. I love placing the same blue map over and over again. That's my favorite. That looks unreal. That's so dumb. How it's only a quarter. Actually the world's largest frozen ocean ever generated in this game. What the fuck? Each quadrant was taking about 3 to 4 hours to do. It was slow, but it was steady progress. And I mean, that's not even bad considering every quadrant was 528 maps. So many maps that it was posing another issue. Lag. God. 34 FPS. Dude, it's using 4 gigabytes of RAM. Dude, I'm not even, I've placed half. For now, I wasn't actually too worried with entity calling. As soon as the maps were not visible, my frames came back. So for now, I just had to push forward. And mapping the first half gave me plenty of time to think of another travel method. The southeast quadrant was almost entirely ocean. And if you have boots with Depth Strider 3, the Dolphin's Grace effect allows you to swim faster than an elytra with fireworks. For years, the only way you could take advantage of this was with dolphin tunnels. You swim so fast that the dolphin cannot keep up with you. However, in the most recent version, leads were made way stronger. Strong enough that you can literally pull the dolphin along with you and keep the effect indefinitely. And all I had to do was get the Depth Strider enchantment. While I was at it, I also decided to actually get around to upgrading all of my tools and as many other armor pieces as I could. And with a maxed out sword and looting 3 finally, I decided it was finally time to get a trident. The baby has one. I didn't even know that was possible. What the heck? At what point do I become unlucky? Yes! I have not bothered getting a trident in years because again, why would I ever use it over the elytra? However, it was actually going to be way more useful for the mapping process than I initially realized. That's so hard to like stay airborne. Oh my god. Dude, I just have to not think about the fact that if I mess up, it's just basically death. No! Bro! Dude, I like messed up the hotkeys. This is like an Elytra, except your cortisol levels are just like way higher than normal for way longer than normal. Switch to the maps. Right click, switch it out so that it's in my offhand, and then go back to the trident, all before I like hit the ground. Hello? The amount of close calls I've had. This is the most alive I felt doing this though. I'm just trying to stay focused and like get as much done during this as possible because it does not rain that often. I could not have asked for a better timed storm because I'm literally getting like all of the land potential, and then the rest of it is going to be ocean, and I'm going to do my my dolphin strat. That was like actually so fun. You aren't ready for what is about to happen. Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is so f***ing loud, actually. Dude, that's sick. That peninsula is fully mapped as well. And it's just like just a massive bay then. So many of the same exact map. All of these maps is just the dark blue. I actually didn't mess up. Oh my god. What a moment this is. Oh my god, bro. 23 frames per second. Look at how big that frozen ocean is. And I like literally was swimming in every like square inch of it. I thought there would have been more like out here, but no, it's just nothing. I mean, there's like a mushroom island, kind of like how there was one over here. So as far as I remember, relatively land like this sort of like inner bit. I don't know if it's like I can do dolphin tag. I mean, if I name tag the dolphin, that might actually work. Dude, this is the actual speed that I need just like at all times. If only there was an item in this game that allowed me to do that I could use. I mean, that's still actually huge. There's just not a way to cheat this side. Like the land, yeah, just scaling a literal mountain to stay on path. I didn't need to get the Havigast again. It's honestly the perfect final quadrant because it's like, it's so mountainous on the land part so that I need the Havigast, but still quite heavily ocean on the outer part so I can use the dolphin as well. It's almost gonna be like a rally race. How the, like, what are those called? Triathlon. Yeah, it's like a, well, it's not a triathlon, it's a biathlon. Guys, my map shrunk. I don't know what happened. Arnold? Now, I would love for this video to have a happy ending, but I also don't want my forever world to corrupt and become unplayable forever. There were so many maps that anytime I was near them, Minecraft was maxing out my CPU. And no optimization mods worked. It only transferred the issue to my GPU, using all 12 gigabytes of my VRAM just to render the maps. Item frames and displayed maps are technically entities, and with enough of them, the game can become incredibly unstable. Unstable to the point that the world is no longer joinable. People have lost their worlds to this. Bro, this is actually how my world corrupts. Bro, that's on log. Okay, this is just how, like, I'm gonna fucking crash. Bro, this is unreal. Like, this is actually just a time bomb. I've literally crashed, like, 3 times. Bro. Like, what is... Relax. This is not a time to be sad, Minecraft, okay? We really have come full circle, though, because this is basically the image that I had. Every pixel on here is an entire chunk, 16 blocks, rather than the idyllic 1-to-1 that I tried so hard to have, but my computer does not like me anymore. And I will say, there is a silver lining to this, because I can actually put these up on signs and billboards. I want to have banners with text showing all of the landmarks. I think that's going to be so sick. I think it's, what the f... I literally just mapped it twice, so... And spent the time twice. We're already on day 343, Arnold.